Hi there. This is Janet Dwinnels, and I am here with Starfeather Marcy, who is doing a program called Rawhide Rattle Making and Craft Day. And she does a lot of other programs as well that she'll speak about. And so we just wanted to share with you some of Starfeather's work. So welcome, Starfeather.
Thank you so much. It's really great to be here and have an opportunity to talk about this craft day, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I'm delighted to be coming to the Cape again. Cape Cod's an old stomping ground for me. I lived there for a long time and then moved to the West Coast where I live now and outside of Seattle, Washington. So coming back this summer and enjoy bringing some of the things that I really love to share. And one of them is to bring people together in community. And what I find is that it really fills a need that we all have, that we're all breaking out of this sense of disconnectedness and loneliness, perhaps. And so coming together to craft is something that we all really already know how to do. And the workshop that I'm presenting this time is about making sacred stuff, I call it. And it's like rattle making is the primary thing. So this is a rawhide rattle, and it's a wonderful instrument just to have, and they're beautiful just to have in your home. But I brought a few here to show you. This is one I made most recently, and it's rawhide, and it's made and has some fur here, feather decorated that way, and then a stick that I found on the beach. So I'm a beach walker and a stick picker upper, and so I'm always collecting things from nature and also in the woods and so on, stones and shells from the beach and so on. And I bring these things to make things with. And here's another rattle that I've made. So bringing deerskin, and we make, decorate with fringe and beads and feathers. And so it really gets to be a very fun exploration into materials that a lot of people have never experienced before. And it's actually pretty easy. I've taught it enough so that I've got it broken down into very easy steps. So you don't need to have any experience. Anybody can do this. Here's another one that I've made. And again, this is rawhide, and I don't know that the sound will translate over the video, but it's really fun if you do drumming at all, which I love to do also. It's a great instrument, and it's also used by healers to rattle around and your energy and in that kind of sense. Another thing that I love to make, and we'll be bringing materials to make things besides rattles, because well, we start with a rattle, and not everybody has to make a rattle, but that's what I'm hoping that most people would like to try. And then we have a pause where we have to do something else because the rattles need to then the rawhide needs to dry. So this is one thing that's really fun and easy to make, and it's a talking stick. So I think every home should have a talking stick, and it's a way to communicate with another. So you speak from your heart when you're holding the talking stick, and you don't interrupt when somebody else is speaking. You listen. It's the gift that you give each other is intentional listening and speaking, and it's a wonderful way to be in a family and group and ceremony of any kind where you have to get to know each other. And we often interrupt each other. We want to be in control of conversation, or we want to come back or argue or whatever. So this is a teaching tool that teaches us to really just listen to what someone else has to say. And then when you're speaking, you speak from your heart and what's your truth. and it's a wonderful way. Anyway, here's one other thing that I will be bringing. These are turkey feathers. They're so beautiful. I know you have a lot of wild turkeys on Cape Cod, and these are ones that my brother, who lives in Dennis, gifted me. And anyway, and I'll be bringing, I have a lot of feathers to bring. And again, this is a beach stick, and this is deerskin. And we cut lacing and beads and feathers. So these are really fun, maybe different kind of things to craft. And there'll be just materials there for people to make whatever they want to be inspired to create. So that's what I love. And one other thing I have often do drum making as one of my primary things that I teach, and have done that in Chatham. And so one of the things people, if they've made a drum with me, they might be interested in what we call embellishment. So this drum beater stick has been embellished now with more lacing and feathers, and then we make the handle, which is deerskin here, that protects our hand against the more stiff rawhide back. So all that's possible and more, I guess. So that's my stick about the craft day.
Nice. Thank you. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a few hours, right? Is it 3 hours?
It's going from 10 to 4, so it's
Okay.
long.
Oh, it's
And then we
long.
have, of
Okay.
course, break for
Right.
lunch.
Hmm.
So we'll have the morning to get us started with the rattles, and we'll have a break, and then we'll have open time to make all whatever, and then we come back to the rattles to complete them for the last couple hours.
Oh, it
It's a,
sounds
it's a
like so
full
much
day, but
fun.
it's very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you. Tell us how you got into this field.
You know, I feel like I was born into it. Um, I've always been doing crafts as a child. My mother we always made our own Christmas cards, and just I was a Girl Scout, a brownie, and then a Girl Scout, and so did a lot of crafting, and I'm very grateful to the Scouts for that teaching and those ways of understanding the importance of making your own things. Um, and then there's just the part about feeling like I'm an artist, and I just feel like I already knew how to do these things, or I was remembering. One of the other things I love to make is dream catchers, and I'll be bringing materials so people could do that. And I was trying to think, how did I learn how to do that? And I really do not know. It just sort of, it just sort of came through me. I saw them and I think, oh, it's like, oh, yes, I can do that. And I love so I grew up with that attitude of, if you're going to give a gift, the best thing you could give is something that you make yourself. And I love that. And I still feel that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you said that about dream catchers. That's one of my favorite things in the world. So
Oh,
make
really?
me
Oh,
want to get
great.
one
Yeah, they're
for
beautiful,
sure.
and they can be very simple or they can
Yeah.
be quite complex.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I have cedar trees on my property here in Edmonds, and so I use the cedar branches to make a hoop. So instead of buying at Joann's a
Yep.
metal or a wooden hoop,
Mhm.
um, I bring these cedar hoops as natural to use for our dream catchers. It's
Okay.
really
And you
pretty.
provide all the materials, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be shipping a box ahead of time
Okay.
of all these things. And yeah, and I encourage people to bring stuff of their own too if they have something they want to incorporate or share with others, it's always welcome too.
Okay. Well, we're really looking forward to having you here at the Center for the Spiritual Journey in Chatham. And
Thank you.
I one last question. If you had one message to share with the world, what would it be?
Well, like I'm glad you gave me a little heads up about that question ahead of time
Yeah, it's a
because
big
I've
one.
really been thinking about it. And it is a big question because it really keys into, what does it mean to live your life purpose? And I think everyone, we're always like fine tuning that if we're really involved in our spiritual life, our sacred life, and knowing that we're here on purpose to share. Um, so this is what I wrote, and I'm going to just read this very quickly, and it's short. So what I would like to say to the world is to slow down and to breathe and to look around you at all the beauty, to see and touch and smell and realize the connectedness of all things, the sacredness. So when you make things for yourself or for a gift, you become part of that, and your energy is infused in that. And you are a part of the living web of life. You're not separate, but you're connected. Joy comes, inspiration comes, peace and the satisfaction of accomplishment comes and enriches our experience. And our handwork connects us to our heart. We also enjoy being together, and this is one of the things that I love about doing workshops and gathering people together, because it makes it easy way and a natural way to be together in community. So it's in our bones how to do this. In the ancient days, people always gathered to make things. And this is a part of our deep body memory. So it feels natural and it feels good. And you don't need to have any previous experience. I'm delighted to come and share the gifts that I've been given and these very beautiful materials we're so grateful for.
That is
Thank
so
you.
lovely. Thank you so much for sharing. That's beautiful. How can people learn more about you?
Well, I have a website that people are welcome to go to that's called starfeather.net.
Okay.
And then I have a newer one that is called the Temple of Light Sanctuary.com. And that's more about my larger work, which is creating a space, a place where people come to learn and together here in my home. And it's a dedicated space. And I have other practitioners come to do healing work and teach and that. So that's the other aspect of what I do here in my home.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we look forward to seeing you, and your workshop is July 19th, 2024 at the Center for the Spiritual Journey. And thank you so much for sharing. I really enjoyed learning more about all you do, and it was just nice to hear your heart. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to it very much. Yeah.
Okay. Take good care.
Thank you.
All right.
This will
Bye.
be. Thank you.